All right, now that you've mounted the image, I want to go in and show you how to actually begin the installation. So you're going to right click on your server and click start from the menu, and as soon as that server changes from starting to running, we want to immediately connect to it by right clicking and saying connect to VM. And at this point it's got some problems here, so we'll just reboot it as I mentioned and wait for it to press any key to boot from the CD or DVD. Go ahead and press that key to boot from CD or DVD to get the installation started. We know that the installation is starting because it says Windows is loading files. This may take it a moment to get going. I'm going to pause this real quick and come back to it in just a moment. Now we're getting the starting Windows pretty cool splash screen. We're going to go ahead and say next on this and install now. We're going to choose the third installation, 2008 R2 Enterprise full installation. Say next. Accept the EULA by checking the box and saying next. We're going to choose custom. We want to get rid of these partitions, so we're going to do drive options advanced and highlight a partition and delete it. Say OK. Same thing with this other partition. We want to delete it. Say OK. So on this 40 gig we want to say new and just use the full amount. Say apply and OK. And now this partition is highlighted, saying that that's the one we want to install Windows on. So we're going to say next. And this process here is going to begin and probably take 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to put my video on pause and come back to it in just a moment. And again, we're going to kind of let that move forward. And now as this installation continues to go forward, I would highly recommend that you move on to your other machines, you know, servers B, server C, and also I have instructions on the lab for server D as well as Windows 7. Kind of get all these going at one time so you're not wasting a lot of time just watching one installation go through. Alright, well it looks like we're finishing up expanding the files to 100% with Windows, and we'll let the installation keep on rocking, see what goes on next. Alright, as you see, we're taking the next step. It says it's installing the features, and also pay attention up here. It says it's all the information we need right now. Your computer will restart several times during installation, so don't let this blow you away when that happens. Also, whenever you do reboot, you'll get that same prompting that says, hey, press any key to begin an installation. We do not want to press the space bar anymore because we don't want to go through the same exact process over again. So we'll just kind of ignore that every time it comes up from now on. The only time we want to hit the space bar was when we did our first initial rebuild installation. Alright, so we're doing the install and the updates. I'm going to put it on pause again. We'll come back in a minute. Alright, looks like the installation of the install or the updates have been installed. That sounded kind of weird. And so now we're waiting on this last checkbox here to complete the installation. And I believe we're going to get a reboot here in just a second. Again, when it reboots, remember, don't press the space bar to restart this installation. Just kind of let it roll right on through. Alright, as you know, we're getting a prompting now to restart Windows. I'm going to say restart now and get this process going. Take it just a moment, and again, I'll pause this and come back after it's booted back up. Alright, as you see, we're getting a little pill going across the bottom of the screen, a little status bar showing that the server is coming back up and running. Give it just a second. It's going to bring a login dialog box to us here in just one moment. We'll wait for it. Alright, still waiting for that dialog box to pop up. Again, just be patient. I know the screen just went black and may kind of freak you out for a second, but just be patient. It's doing its thing. Give it just a moment, it'll be right back. Getting a little pop-up here about setup is updating registry settings. That's normal. Just be patient, wait for the next screen to load. Alright, next we're going to get a splash screen that says setup is starting services. And again, that login dialog box will be here soon, I promise. All right, now we've got another splash screen coming up saying that it's completing the installation. So again, we're just going to be patient with this. Come back. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. The only thing that's waiting, that we're waiting on right now is simply that dialog box to pop up and ask you for your password. And again, it's our normal password that we've been utilizing in the classroom. Real simple, that's easy. That completes the installation of Windows 2008 R2 Enterprise Edition. Thanks.